It's Technology Tuesday, and today I'm going to talk about an app that's available on both Android and iPhone called Calm Harm. Now, Calm Harm app was developed for people who have difficulty with self-harm ideation or who actually engage in self-harm behaviors, but I think it can be useful for any severe mood swings or mood dysregulation disorders, not just self-harm. So when you go to the app, one of my favorite things about the app is that it is very, very serious about privacy. So pretty much anytime you switch to a different screen or anytime if you leave it for a few seconds and you come back to it, it's going to make you enter your password again, which I think is a really nice feature to make sure that your privacy is protected. So I'm going to enter my password. And when you first log in, it tells you that the urge to self-harm is like a wave. And so the whole point of this app is about how you ride that wave of self-harm ideation, or that wave of just like big mood, big feelings, big depression, things like that, that it's like a wave. So we're just going to ride the wave rather than kind of fighting against it. So you click ride the wave, and the app gives you a whole series of activities that you can do, and they're based either on like short 5-minute interventions or 15-minute interventions, but some of them are as short as 60 seconds. So you can use this app anytime, no matter how much time you have. So you can select an activity type. It might be that you want a distraction, you want some comfort, you want to express yourself, you need some release. Random, you can get just a random activity or a breathing activity. So I'm going to just pick one of these. Let's pick distract. So that's going to ask you if you want to distract for 5 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm going to pick a 5-minute one. Then it's going to give me a whole list of activities that you can do. So for example, think of the lyrics of a song that you know really well. Try reciting it from back to front. How many capital cities can you think of starting with the letter P? So these are just random things to distract you. Different activities from different categories would obviously have different purposes. So I'm just going to pick how many capital cities can you think of starting with the letter P? Hit go ahead. And then it's going to give me a little timer. And it's got a little blank where you can type down notes or you can just name them out loud. So once you hit the timer, it's going to start your countdown. This is a 60-second activity where you would be naming all of the things you can think of that start with P. And at the end of it, once the timer runs out, it gives you a little check mark, and then you hit continue, and it asks you if the urge has passed or not. If the urge has passed, you hit yes, obviously, and if not, then you hit no, and it's going to give you the option to do another activity. So you can just keep doing these activities until you start to feel better, until you're able to ride that wave out. If you hit yes that the urge is passed, it's going to ask you to document what happened. It's going to ask you how strong the urge was. It's going to ask you some of the things that contributed to it. Once you hit continue, it's going to give you the chance to document some notes about how you're feeling, so you can document anything that might have been happening, any kind of triggering incidents or anything. Now these are going to be kept, after you document that, it's going to give you some resources if you need to call a hotline or something like that. But after you do that, you're going to be able to go into the menu, and you've got a log and a journal where it's going to keep this information. So if you are doing therapy work, if you're working with a psychiatrist or with a doctor, this is going to give you that data that they really value, that's really helpful to your treatment. So all in all, I love this app, Calm Harm. It's a free app. Go grab it on Android or iPhone.